Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body and keep your back straight and neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened one. So dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes to clarify ourselves how this practice can help for us to develop our inner awareness. So when it comes to meditation, it's mainly cultivation of your mind. So when it comes to mind, doesn't mean one part of you. So it is a cultivation of your whole life, whole person. So then the moment by moment, the development you gain should go through entire your life, not just one part of you, not just one part of the day. So it is a whole person transformation. The meditation doesn't mean that you're bringing something from outside to inside. Actually, that already you have the certain kind of mental qualities. Only thing is we're going to refine it through a certain way and transform it to different level. That's it. So when it comes to tranquility meditation, so we practice here two mental practice, tranquility meditation and insight meditation, samatha and vipassana. It's kind of like the gold standard, the meditation method in the world. Tranquility meditation help you to bring your mind to tranquility state, serenity, to calmness, and develop a kind of like a pleasant environment in you. And it develop the balance. And the insight meditation give you more deeper, clear understanding regarding how things come to be as they are. So first, that you have to have the mental balance. First, you have to develop the tranquility state. Unless if you have, maybe some people have that state naturally, and some people very quickly get into the vipassana. But here we go step by step. So in the very beginning, we have to get into the very tranquil state. So the tranquility state is that the major important thing is it's just not get into only tranquility state. It's as an example, another way that you can name it as a single pointed mind. One mind at a time. So like that. But here, it's more, when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, that tranquility state is little bit more different. And it is not that just the Samadhi. It calls Samma Samadhi. So the Samma is a kind of like the right, genuine, very authentic way of tranquility state. So what is the difference? What is the tranquility state and what is the authentic tranquility state? Because tranquility state already in us. It's always here. But the thing is, it is not authentic. And it is not genuine. And the outcome is not profitable. So that is the problem. So then we have to, once you understand it, very easily you can transform it because you already have it. Only thing is you have to slowly change the direction. That's it. Otherwise, there is nothing that new that you can bring it to yourself. So that's why this practice is important for you. So it's already there, but in profitable way. So now you have to turn it to the profitable path. So what is unprofitable way? Just imagine, as you know, when you go to the human history way, we went through different kind of generations, ages. In a certain time period, people used to look for fire. Everywhere, it is not only one person. Everywhere people, rubbing to sticks or the rubbing to wood or rubbing kind of like a stones, or somehow they were trying to find the fire. It's not one person. It's the whole generation into that. And as a result of that, somehow they're able to find it. And as you know, then the iron, in a certain generation that the people into iron, and they found it. And in certain generation, as you know, the gold rush, people start to look for gold. They found it. And the same thing happened with the Buddha also. He's not just alone himself, just did this. The whole generation during that time, the whole country, whole environment, not even in India, the outside the India, that everybody is into deeper understanding regarding life. Look for the truth. And even when it comes to the Galileo, and during that time, everybody look into the world. And when it comes to the Einstein, everybody look into the science. So like that, people, that if there are generations, it's kind of like a go like current. And their awareness, they invest for that current. And out of that, they found something and they contribute to the human world. That's why we are today like this. We are able to have that all from our forefathers. So what is the current today we have? This is a kind of like a browsing generation. We always browsing. We browsing, we look into things. We don't find anything but get tired. And sometimes you go to Netflix and you want to watch a movie or a documentary, you keep browsing. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you get tired. You want to watch a movie on TV, you go to the cable and you start to find a channel. After a few minutes, you get tired. You browsing. And then you want to watch news, you changing channels. And then by the time you get tired. And then it's not only that, if you go to the YouTube, you want to listen something, and by the time you keep browsing, you get tired. And then maybe you want to go to internet and look for something, you keep browsing, searching. And then you get tired, you don't find anything there. And even that, not only that. And even you go to shopping. You go to, maybe mall to mall. You go place to place. Whole day you spend, you don't buy anything. And end of the day, you get tired. And just looking, browsing. And even, you go for breakfast or dinner or out. The same place maybe. And you used to go there, the menu sometimes. But still when the waiter come and give a menu, and what you going to order, you look at the person face and say, can you give me a few minutes? And then you start to look for the menu, and you know what is there. And then you keep looking at it. And you keep thinking from head, top to bottom, bottom to top, page to page, keep going. And you just take time. And finally you get tired. And maybe you keep going place to place for eating. And it's still you get tired later. And maybe you are traveling. This year I go there, and then by the time next year I go there. And your life is going to end, but that end of the life, you get tired. You just still in the browsing mind looking for, So in our life, like that, always this is a generation kind of like browsing generation. And we get tired out of it. That tiredness bring us kind of like an unsatisfaction to ourselves. So still we have the awareness, and we focus it to outside, and it's scattered. It's everywhere. So in the very first level, that this outside awareness itself doesn't mean it's going to be profitable for you. As example, snipers, they have to have very sharp awareness, stay focused towards the target. But still, their purpose is killing somebody. You can't take it as a samadhi, but still it is awareness. And sometimes people, the children nowadays, maybe grandmas or grandpapas play video games nowadays. And for that also, you need some kind of awareness. But still you can't, you can't count it as profitable awareness. So then remember here that Samadhi doesn't mean it always going to be profitable, even if it has the name of Samadhi. So you can have a kind of like a mental image, you can get lost in that mental image, and you will forget everything that where you are or who you are, and then you can't take it as meditation. Because the cultivation of your mind has two pillars. You always need to be in that two pillars. That is where when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, the fundamental teachings, the very gold standard, the way of Buddha's teaching, related. Remember that. It should be related to King Satya Gavesi, King Kusala Gavesi. All the teachings and all the practice should be related to the truth and what is profitable and what is unprofitable. So you have to go in that two lines together. If it is go somewhere else, you can't claim it as you go through this wisdom path. Maybe it is another path. It is okay. Nothing wrong with that. There are many ways. It's up to you. But you can't name it as samatha or vipassana, and according to this Buddha's teaching. It always should relate it to truth and profitable development. So then when it comes to tranquility state, what is here we mean by that? So you have to clarify it yourself. So tranquility state means your awareness should be authentic, very genuine. And how it's going to be authentic or genuine? It should be awareness related to the nature, not ignite your greed, hatred, or the delusion. When you tune to the very nature, in that very moment, what happens? It brings the calmness. It allows you to settle down. It never agitates you. It never uplifts. It never nourishes your deeper desires. So that is the difference. So then remember that whatever that you put the attention, you have to have the awareness. But here, what we does, that's why it's called the collective awareness with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, consciousness. We bring that all the attention and put it to the very natural process that happening within us. Not created by our mind or not created by even the outside world. Why? Because that outside world also has some kind of danger. What is that danger? The most of the things in this outside world created to ignite your greed, hatred, or the delusion. It is very rare. It is very difficult that something you can find make you, tune you to bring you to your calmness. It always try to pull you towards the desires. Because the world know that you are into desires. You look for satisfaction. And the world try to bring things to satisfy you. So try to understand the connection. So that's why looking into the world, you can't find the calmness. Because when you start to look into the outside, it's more and more and more your mind start to get into disturb. And you can go through anything sometimes. You know, just imagine, it's very difficult to find that whatever you want. It's very difficult to find something that bringing the connection to tune to the truth or the nature. Because it's always, there's something create. There's something create to push you to bring up your emotions. So then you have to be careful. Going with the world is kind of like you have no idea where it's going to end, because many options. So then yourself, when you understand to develop that, the awareness within this natural process, it always brings the calmness to you. So that calmness bring the collective awareness. That collective awareness bring the balance, attention. So it never going to take you to unbalance. So the worldly awareness, the desire-based awareness end with unbalance. Somehow, somewhere, you're going to unbalance. Because that desire based with the greed, hatred, and the delusion. That's how you can recognize. It doesn't matter whatever the attention you put, end of that, somehow maybe today, tomorrow, or later, someday in the future, if you go unbalanced, remember that attention unprofitable. But this, the attention that we develop, this genuine attention, we develop with our own inhalation, exhalation, or observing the sensation, or observing the bodily postures, or observing the thoughts, or observing the phenomena. The very nature, very behavior of this body, that will never take you to unbalance. It will little by take you to the balance, and at the same time there is another thing, it will never separate your awareness. It unified your awareness. So that is the difference now. So you should understand in yourself, maybe in the future, when you practice just by yourself, now you have the measurement. You should know how to find the right awareness. You should know how to find the right practice. So what is the method? If it take you to unbalance, or if it is take you to separation, and that doesn't work. So what is the authentic way of tranquility state? By practicing it, it takes you to the balance. It never ignites your deeper desires. It brings you to the balance point. Develop the balance of your awareness. Another thing is unify. It brings all together. So once you have these two qualities, your tranquility state going to be perfect. So now you know the measurement. And once you have it, what happens? This one pointness, as example, we told that single pointed mind. Anymore, it's not going to be because in this tranquility meditation, it's just not going to make you kind of like minimize your awareness. It's going to make you more expand and open, vivid, more bright. So then it's bringing that more openness to you rather than becoming more close. So that is what happens when you tune to the authentic tranquility state. So once you open, it's just as example, we start with the observing the sensation of inhalation, exhalation. So this is single pointed mind. Now your mind only in the sensation. So you keep focusing, and then what happens? You find the balance, and by the time your whole awareness, that's mean all your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, awareness, all together come and unified and stay connected to that single point. And once it becomes one pointed, what happens? It is start to open, not going to be closed. It is start to open. So now you focus to this place, but by the time what happened, little by little, little by little, little by little, it slowly get out of that single pointed, that means the sensation, and it start to recognize entire process. That is where you enter to the vipassana. So it's kind of like this authentic tranquility state. This moment, it's kind of like a threshold. So the threshold that in front of your door, front door, and there is a little iron plate and separate the door and the outside, the house inside and outside, the threshold. So just imagine you come to in front of your house, open the door, and you keep one foot inside the house. And even though that other foot outside, you are more, once you cross the threshold, you already, even though other foot outside, you already into the house. So as you know, this runners, and somehow one of their pace or that the body, that head, I think not the hand, but the leg. So somehow that their head, when it enter to the line, it's kind of like a winning point. So it separate. The finishing line separate from you, from the game that you used to run. So it's a finishing line, that entering point. Just it's maybe 1 millimeter, one single point. But once you enter to that, what happened? You finish the game. But maybe still the current is keep coming. Still you have to run. You cannot just stop right away in front of the finishing line, in the top of the finishing line. Still you keep running, but anymore it is not belong to the game. So try to understand. So this tranquility state, the same. That is the difference between this tranquility state. Because once you have the balanced mind, and once it unified you, and once it start to bring the total awareness and open you from that single point, Rather than minimizing your mind, open it. You are anymore not belong to this conventional world. Your mind anymore not into that this outside awareness, the browsing awareness. You already go beyond it. It's like you touch the finishing line. So it is irreversible. You no need to go back. It's not going to happen. It's done, deal. So like that, once you experience this tranquility state, you're going to have a total shift inside you. And then out of that, your awareness become more sharper and clear. And that is where your practicing meditation, practicing tranquility state is kind of like a running the game. But achieving to tranquility state is different. So running the game is maybe it can be 100 meters, maybe it can be, marathon, and even it can be country, cross race. We don't know how long it can be. But achieving to tranquility state is different. So your purpose should be practicing tranquility state is good, practicing meditation is good, but achieving to the tranquility state is the key point that you have to get. So for that, you no need that much things. Only thing is the moment that bring the collective awareness and put everything together. I'll give a simple technique for you to practice, and then you can experience it in a very tranquil, in a very ordinary way, and then later you can get into the mind. So that is the most important thing then you have to understand. Because otherwise, how far you have to practice meditation till you die? What's the point of practicing like that? So then always remember, we keep practice. And maybe even you achieve to that, you keep practice. It is different. But achieving to tranquility state, touching the finishing line is the key. So then day by day, your practice should go towards that, not just keep practice. Experiencing it, gaining to your life and becoming and be with it. And that is where you're going to recognize the true difference and the true meaning of what is this tranquility state. So once you have it and you go to the vipassana level, so in this way of tranquility state will take you to the vipassana. It's not going to take you to minimize and keep you, hold you in one place. It's kind of like, because before the Buddha, they are tranquil, that people used to practice meditation. And there are some meditation, it not allow you to grow. It make you kind of like you make a prison yourself with your mental image. You yourself create a boundary with your own mental practice, mental abilities. And no one can help for you. But this is the difference. When you come to this and it open, it never take you to the prison. It will open you. And that openness and bring the awareness to recognize whole thing as one. That is the vipassana. So once you recognize this whole body as one, and you're not going to hold it to the name or the identity or the thoughts or the self or the soul or kind of like that. Why? Because you know the moment by moment this entire body depending from many things. And once you know that process, even though you experience as a person, yourself, you know that your name is conventional. This moment is conventional. And the people may call your name, your identity, your position, it is conventional. You accept it, but inside you not hold it to that. That's where you become free. Even though you live with your name and with your identity inside yourself, you not hold it to that. So what is that tranquility, the technique that you can practice to experience the tranquility state? So you sit or stand, or you take a position and stay unmovable. 1 minute, you don't move. You completely bring your whole body as one and hold the posture. You can do it standing, even lying down, even sitting. So any, but in that 1 minute, you don't move your body. So in the beginning, you practice only physical. And then you start to practice, you bring the mind also. So as example, you sit 1 minute and then you don't move your body and you bring your total attention to the tip of this place, or you find anything. So whatever may be in front of you, flower, tree, or anything, any material. So you take any position and you just look at it and you bring your total attention and you don't move your mind anywhere else. Now you practice the body and you bring the mind together and you stay unmovable, 100% solid. Just 1 minute. Start to do it. And then you will say, but just you just can get a very, taste. What is this? Samadhi, tranquility state. And by the time, in case if you capable to go for few minutes, and then you don't need any outside object by the time. You take the posture, you just sit, close your eyes, and now your mind train yourself to focus. Now you focus to your own body. Even you can get the sensation, even you can get anything in your body. So you stay with that. And then so by the time you experience this serenity, the calmness, and the pleasantness and tranquility state, and by the time you can find some kind of balance also. And then later, you don't need that kind of determination or hard practice. So you come to the very calm, relaxed posture and settle down, and with your awareness, with your tranquility state, you can settle down, bring the focus and be with it. And by the time the flow going to happen, and then it's a kind of like you into very natural way of current flow. And with that, your awareness become more sharper and clear and open. And then you start to see that whole process as one, and you start to recognize how things come to be as they are. And in that level, rather than focusing to one, you now see the whole process, and you know the cause and effect bring the experience. When you have that yourself, when you open the eyes, when you see something, when somebody says something, when you hear it, when you see that, when you smell it, when you taste it, you're not bound to anymore that taste or the sound or the smell or the color or the picture that you see. You have ability to go beyond it, and you can see, and it's kind of like a reverse mechanism. You go beyond the effect and start to touch the cause. And it takes you more deeper to the clarity. And that is where you experience this, everything around you is kind of like a part of your life in right now, right here. That's why your life happening like this. Because in case if something else happened, just imagine if there is big, huge vacuum come and, suck all the air from your space anymore, you can't experience this anything. So like that, you start to understand that it's go beyond your conventional level of experience and touch the deeper, very natural, very authentic way of happening. So now let's get into practice a little bit. In your right palm on your left, and neck head straight in one line. So be comfortable with your posture. And bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And recognize it through the sensation. Do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels, deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chammehi sampadam punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhamma nudhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadhi maranam ha paribunjisami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahan hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.